Welcome back, look at that. Would you just look at it? That's basically all I've done since November. So welcome back to the Captain's vlog. It's been a while, isn't it, eh? I think November was the last time I actually did anything. Although I did put a video out the other day, which was just basically to catch up on some video that I completely forgot that I had. So I got that sorted and put that on YouTube. First bit of decent weather we've had. First time I've really been asked to do anything at all, because everything's just been a bit weird for about the last year. But since November it's been real shit. So went to Halfords yesterday, got myself a couple of bits and pieces. Got a new little magnet tray, a couple of drainers, brake bleeding kit, and just there you can see I've got a new Honda bag there. So that's my new part. That's got to go on there. Let's stop mucking about. Let's get to work. Oh, she fits. That's a winner. Okay. Lever dribble. There's nothing attached to that, so that's a winner. The old Mishimoto. And that's a nice looking piece, isn't it, that? Beautiful. Let that do its thing. I'll take the cap off actually, because it might take a while else. Here we go. Now she's gushing. Dripping like a fucked fridge now. Right, we'll leave her do her thing for a bit. Well, fast forward about half hour or so. And we've got all the coolant out. She stopped dripping now. Pulled the pipe off the back. Oddly, this rear heater pipe here seemed absolutely dry as a bone. I mean, I know it hasn't been run for a while. But I did have the heater valve open and the heating was working in the car, so I assume that, you know, the water goes back to the, I don't know which direction it goes actually. I think the water must go in, yeah, through there because it's narrow, so it goes in via that one with the valve in it and then comes back out via this one. But yeah, dry as a bone, which is weird. I have got one little leak on these heater hoses, but only one. This end's fine, that end's fine, that end's fine, that end's fine. But it's, and this one here is also fine, but it's that one at the very back there where the pipe's a little thin. So we're gonna have to try and do something with that as well at some point. I've got the throttle body off and we're just about to try and remove the intake manifold to try and get access to this pipe, because I've got it loose, like she's wobbling around in there, but trouble is I don't think you'd actually get it out of the car with the intake still on, so that's got to come off. Take that off of there. That's like a little 10mm. Should have a little 10mm on here. Pop some bangs wankers. Love that shit, huh? Hopefully you've got enough length on the wiring loom that I don't have to take all that off. No way, you're joking me, bruh. We're gonna take all that housing off. Oh, you suck. Surely not, come on. Yeah. Well, get a load of this. So, because the fucking intake manifold needs a stud removing, which I'd forgotten about until Brock reminded me, I had to get the grinder out and thin down one of my spanners because it was too fat to fit on the nut behind it, and I've lost my little skinny one. So with a bit of luck, this will now fit on the back of there just like that. And this, oh, that's a 13 now, isn't it? It's a 10, so that's gone up my side. So I had to get just a standard nut out of the box. There we go. So now I should be able to tighten that up like that, and then when I undo that, it should now undo the stud and not just the nut. And then when we get the stud out, there we go, son. So when your tools don't work, just fucking modify them, innit? Because I ain't having it beat me. Not gonna beat me today, sunshine. Not today, my pretty. Fucking little K20's been kicking my head in for long enough. Today, it's the captain's turn. Alright, well I forgot to video it, but the intake manifold is off. What's really interesting is how fucking filthy these intake runners are after having been cleaned thoroughly before putting it back together. I mean, that's some nasty old shit in there. It's like real gritty. It just looks like carbon really, but I gave that a right good fucking cleaning before anyway. Shit, broke my glasses. Right, so intake manifold's off, so this is the pipe we've got to remove. This one here. But proving quite tricky because it's fucking bound up by the wiring loom and everything. It's just an absolute twat to get to. And I don't want to put too much angle on it because I don't want to break the housing on the thermostat down there, so let's keep going. Well, as is typical captain style, we've had to take a shitload more stuff off than I fucking planned to start with. And there's no way I can pull that out of there with it where it is because there's not enough movement here without taking the whole wiring loom apart and taking half the freaking engine bay apart. There's no way. Now the simplest thing to do is to remove the thermostat housing. Now we say simplest in quite light terms because this is what the bolts look like. Now you might notice I've only got two in my hands. That's because there's a third one still in there. Absolutely rounded its tits off with zero fucking force. So can't really see, but where my finger is just there's a third bolt which is holding this rear housing on for the thermostat housing, and it's refusing to budge, and I don't think I've got anything here that I can get it off with. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Not sure what we're going to do now. I'll be honest, I'm ready to just fucking stop bothering because I can't be arsed. I haven't got the motivation, man. This lockdown stuff's killed me. But hey, such is my luck. Why wouldn't it be simple? It'd be too easy, wouldn't it? Never mind. I don't like to lose, so we will do it. It's just a case of when. Don't know if I can be asked to finish it now, but we will do it. Don't worry. Piece of shit. Oi, mate. That little fucker was trying to fight me. This fucking car's trying to fight me. And today, I ain't in the mood for it, mate. I'm not having it. So, I've yanked that motherfucker clean out of there. So, what I was trying to change was this piece. I'll leave it down there. This fucking hard line. So, that's your thermostat housing. It was. You see it's all snapped lovely now around this here where that third bolt was rusted into the water pump housing. This is just on an O-ring, but fuck me, it's so tight in there, you ain't getting that out. Plus, this side of it goes up the right-hand side of the valve cover, and you've got sensors and fuel pipes and friggin' wiring loom and shit all in the way. So that weren't it. That weren't having none of it. So I've literally just yanked the fucker clean out of the hole. I'll have to just spend some more money and replace that fucker as well. But there we go. So all out of there. I might give that lot a clean up. I'm going to tape up them holes on the intake manifold and just drop the intake back down to where it lives because it ain't going back today. It ain't going back together today like I planned. So that coolant looks pretty fucking nasty too. Actually, it looks like there's some. I'm going to strain it because it looks like there might be some metal shit in the bottom. So not sure where that's from. But everything works. Water pump and everything all works. So I'm not going to replace that just yet. Don't need to. I mean, access ain't too bad anyway because it's K-swap and it's got a half rad, so it's actually not too bad. But biggest issue is trying to get the fucking belt off. I need a swan neck spanner to get on here, or the drop head type. I call it a swan neck, because otherwise I can't actually take the tension off of the belt to get the belt off, to get the alternator off. So yeah, all good fun, isn't it? Rusty bolts are the fucking enemy. And I've just got to hope now that when I buy a new one, it comes with the hardware to mount it up to the water pump housing. So looks like that's it for today, boys. I'm going to tidy this shit up and leave it in a way that it's not going to go bad on me, and then I'm going to go inside and play on the computer, probably. I say play on the computer, I mean go on Tegawa's website and hemorrhage some more fucking money on this case swap. All the fun. Captain 1, thermostat housing nil. Well, I say nil. It's probably thermostat housing 1, Captain nil, because I'm now out of pocket, because I got to replace that shit. Dang. Kicking my fucking face in. Right, so before I get it all taped up, I dropped my light and my coolant, so we're a bit knackered there. I've got the phone in it. Don't drop the phone in the coolant just. Right, yeah, so you can see there, that's the face of the water pump housing where the thermostat housing goes on. Why are you not focusing? Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Come on, mate, you can do it. Come on, mate. Nah, it's not having it. Anyway, so that's where the thermostat housing goes. So before I put some tape over it to cover it up for a couple of days whilst I get the parts, I've just gone round it with the razor blade, flat razor, and the Scotch-Brite. So this here, used to use this in my valeting days years ago. These are freaking great. It's just a flat razor, and it's so easy to keep it dead flat whilst you're scraping, and you don't take gouges out of the mating faces and stuff. So that's a little top tip there. That's a great bit of kit, and obviously grey Scotch-Brite. Bosh, beautiful. So that's pretty much it. So I feel like I've done a little win today, but in a way I've done a loss as well, because I've broken that freaking housing and I'm gonna have to replace it. So just to give you an idea of why I was doing all of this shit in the first place, this is why. So this is just the coolant return hard line that goes into there on your thermostat and your K. Well, it goes that way around. Yeah, it goes that way around. So on your K20 thermostat housing, it just goes onto that, into that hole, and it's got a rubber O-ring which I've taken off of this side and now put onto this side, so that'll get lubed up and it's ready to go in. So nice new shiny OEM Honda one, janky, unknown age, probably 16-year-old in it, probably. But you can see just there, that centerpiece of corrosion. You see where it's a bit moist. It was just pissing coolant straight out of that. I mean, I could have just JB welded that up in the car, and I would not have had to have bothered to do all of that. But that don't sound like me, does it? No, 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 no. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That was broke, so we're fixing it. So fingers crossed I can get the parts, and I was going to bag and tape all that shit up and just shut the bonnet on it and leave it for a couple of weeks while I get all the bits and pieces. Bleeding the brakes, that'll have to wait for another day, because I straight can't be asked for that. So small steps, boys, small steps. Doggo. Right, mate. So until next time, keep it Bosch D. Catch you later.